Hey goddesses, it's Bijaqua Teray with earthgoddess.com. Welcome to day 4 or part 4 of our Goddess Masterclass. Today we're going to be talking about the soul of Goddess and what that means. And so if you haven't seen the videos, the previous videos, part 1, 2, and 3, I strongly encourage you to take a look at those videos even before you watch this video. But if you happen to come across this video some kind of way, it's no worries. It's not like you're going to be thrown off by anything that I talk about, but I tend to build on top of the previous classes before. So it's just a good reference point if you want to get the full scope or the full benefit of the master class. But today is part 4. It's our last day together. And what I really want to talk about is the soul of Goddess and what that means. And really what it is you as Goddess operating from your soul. And your soul is a combination of your spirit, your emotions, your intellect. It's really when you're operating your emotional intelligence, all of those things operating in harmony is when you're living from your soul. And your soul, of course, we're not going to get into like what is the soul and that type of thing, but it is the immortal part of you. It is the part of you that goes on forever. It's the part of you that is very clear what it came to do, and very clear with what it wants to experience in this lifetime. And one of the things like to tell goddesses and tell my clients is the soul, when it's that part of you, when you're operating with your spirit and your emotions, your intellect, all of these things, your mind, body, and spirit all operating together, not only is that first of all, it's the truest expression of who you are as a goddess, but the soul, what's interesting is the soul knows no pain, it knows no boundaries, it knows no limits, it knows no doubt. It doesn't operate from doubt or lack or feeling like you're not worthy. The soul has a very clear path and a very clear destination. And it's not really a destination, because the reality is we're never done, you guys. You never get it all done. We never get it all done in this lifetime. Or, that's not what I mean. But for the sake of this video, your soul has a very clear experience that it wants to have in this lifetime. It has very clear things that it wants to accomplish in this lifetime. And so it doesn't get bogged down by things that maybe the body experiences and the things that the body goes through. The soul doesn't know that. It doesn't know the pain of the body. You know what I mean? It doesn't operate like that. And so it is so important for a goddess to be operating and living her life from that point, because that's when you get to the point where you don't have fear that what it is that you are here to do is going to be accomplished. You don't have feelings of feeling whether you're worthy or not. You know that you're worthy. You know what I mean? You know that you are worthy. You are operating, when you're operating from your soul, it is you in your God mind, your goddess mind. So it is the highest version of you. Sorry, getting windy. It's the highest version of you. It is the part of you that freely expresses itself. It's the part of you that has the big things that it wants to accomplish. And so as a goddess, you want to always be operating from your soul. You literally don't want a day to go by that you're not operating from that, because if you're not, then that means if you're not operating from your soul and living your life from your soul, then that means that you're probably very much in your head space. You're very much, wondering about, I'm sorry, I heard someone communicate. You're very much worried about, you live in a state of worry. You live in a state of doubt. You live in a state of always trying to figure it out. And you're trying to figure it out from your head space all the time. And a woman that is a goddess has really mastered combining her mind, her body, her spirit, all together operating in unison. And a goddess knows no departmentalization. She doesn't departmentalize her life. She doesn't say, well, these are my relationships over here, and this is my business over here, and this is, my self-care here, and this is my big purpose, my big life work here. No, she views her life as complete, and actually that's part of the charge of what a goddess is here to do is to help others live their life and not departmentalize their life and to live their life from their soul. You are supposed to be the walking, living embodiment of what that means to live life from your soul. And to and so it's a very big charge. It's a very honorable charge. It is definitely not something that your free will is always at play here. So it's never where you say, "Oh, I have to do this thing because I'm this, because I'm goddess. I have to do this particular thing, or to give up my life, or to serve, from a point of until I can't serve no more." That's not really what it's about, because we all, like we discussed in part one and part two, and I think even in the introduction, I maybe even touched on that we all, as goddesses, have different things that we're here to do in this lifetime. And so what it is for you to be living from your soul, what it is for you to be balancing all of these different aspects of yourself, what it is for you to be operating in with your emotional intelligence is of course going to look different from goddess to goddess. But what we are, or what I know that I am here for you as, is the goddess to really be the example and be the encouragement to you, that whatever it is that you see inside of you, whatever it is that that you feel like is living from your soul in this time, then I want to be here to encourage you, to mentor you, to tell you that you can do it, to always, I'm always going to speak from or speak to your soul. I'm always going to speak to the highest version of you. I'm always going to speak to the God in you, the goddess in you. And it's always going to be from a place of you are already whole and complete. You never will hear me speak to you from a place of lack or from feeling like that I need to coddle you or to tell you that somehow you have it, like it's not easy, or that it's going to be hard for you and that type of thing. That's not what this is about. And so truly living from your soul, what that looks like is going to be for you to decide as goddess, for you to decide what it is. And you might already know. You probably already know. Most goddesses actually already know what they came here to do. They know what is their big calling, but most of us are not living that. The part of actually stepping into it and actually living it is how you're going to experience your full life. And as a goddess, what's interesting is if you don't step into to completely, not only the mind, body, and spirit, if it's not operating in unison, you may get a few things. You may accomplish a few things. You may reach a certain point in your life that others may look at and may consider it a very honorable or very big place. But you as a goddess, you know whether you have fully lived out what it is that you are supposed to be doing in this lifetime. And that is the only way that you're actually going to experience all that life has for you. It is the only way that you're going to experience not only the actual life that you want for yourself, but it is the way that you experience optimum health. It is the way that you keep your vitality. It's the way that you manage your energy. It is the way that you be in relationship with other goddesses, and it's in relationship with your significant other, and how you are in relationship with your children. And it's also going to be how you show up in your business and your art and whatever it is that you're supposed to be bringing onto the planet. You have to be living from your soul. You have to be operating from your soul. And it takes a great deal of emotional intelligence to operate from this point, because you are very in tune with yourself and you have to know what's for you. You have to be able to look at something and know what's for you. And it's very common, like especially for a woman, if you really are just stepping onto the goddess path, it's very common to look at what another goddess is doing next to you. It's very common to look at even your teacher or whoever it is that you have decided to maybe guide you and take you to this next level and kind of help you along the path. It's very common to look to that person. I'm sorry, it's bees flying around me, you guys. But it's very common to look to that person and maybe look to them as like not as just a guide, but sometimes you might start to do what they do. You know what I mean? Like you might start to take on some of the practices that they practice, or some of the things that they do, you start to do maybe in your business, or that type of thing. And that's actually normal when you're first stepping in and you're kind of getting your feet wet and feeling your power, or really starting to own your power and own who you are and living completely from your soul. But then it will become a point where actually once you start to get the mechanics of what that means, that you'll actually start to live your life the way that you are supposed to live. And you'll start to operate from your divine goddess state. You'll start operating and living from your soul. And then once that snaps and clicks in, goddess, then your whole world starts to open up, because then it goes from the state of being goddess to a state of doing goddess to a state of having the life of goddess. And that's when you know that you're living from your soul. When your outward environment is going to start being a reflection of what you are internally living from the soul. Okay, so that's what it is. That's what it's about, goddess. And so I'm going to leave it there. I have it's a lot of activity going on around me right now, but it is Sunday. It's beautiful outside, and I'm out by the pool, so it's only natural. I would be gravitating to this area as well. Even if I wasn't filming today. So, but that concludes our Goddess Masterclass, and so we have discussed the art, the science, and the soul of being goddess. I hope that you've enjoyed this 4-part video. I hope that it's definitely given you something to step out on, and to some type of foundation that you can know for certainty that you're on the right path, that you're in the right place. And I guarantee you, if you're in this space, if you are watching this video and you come across this video, you're in the right space, goddess. So I really want that to be clear, and to be clear for you that you're in the right space. And so also I want to let you know about, there are 2 different programs that I'm going to be coming out with that are starting May 4th will be the start of Money Body Mastermind. It is an 8-week mastermind that is going to go deeply into not even just what it is to be goddess, but actually stepping into owning your power as goddess. This is about learning to first learning what your energy is, your sexual energy, your creative energy, what exactly that is, how that looks in your life, and how you actually start to use your creative energy as as the force and the power behind you bringing your great work into the world. And so this is great for artists, it's great for entrepreneurs, it's great for visionaries, any goddess that feels like she wants to actually start to learn what that is. Like you're not used to working with your creative energy and you want to clearly know what that means for you, how that looks for you, and how do you actually start to work with this energy. How do I use this energy to heal my body? How do I use this energy to increase my money and to really step out in my business as a goddess, whatever business that is? How do I own this power in me to really do that? And so this is a small group mastermind. It's going to be 20 women over the course of 8 weeks. It does include a private session with me where we could really get deep into it. That's when we actually start to know what your signature energy is to work with. How does that look for you? How do you heal your body? How do you use this energy and focus this energy for your great work? And the second mastermind that is going to be starting on May 18th is called Embodiment. This is about power, money, and sex. This is for the goddess that has already been initiated as a goddess. She's already knows what that is. She knows the power that she has. She's been gathering information maybe for years now, been gathering information, but when she looks around in her environment, she doesn't see that reflected in her environment. And so there's some type of disconnect that is happening between your owning your power and then actually using that to manifest or to bring things that you want into your reality, to increase the love, the business, the wealth that you want into your life. And so embodiment is really a little bit more advanced. Like I said, it's for maybe clients that have worked with me already in these areas already, or you've worked with other goddesses, or you've been initiated in some kind of way, but you really know that you've only tapped the tip of the iceberg. This is about hardcore sales, hardcore increase of money. This is very much about focusing and actually working with your power. And so I look forward to both of those masterminds coming up. So that's May 4th and then May 18th. And if you want to do both of the classes, if you're feeling like you're being called to do both masterminds, definitely reach out to me because I can do some type of bundle and work a price with you that that will be beneficial to you. But the Money Body Mastermind is $9.99 for the 8 weeks, and that's including the private session. And the Embodiment Mastermind is $11.11 for the 8 weeks, and that also includes a private session. So I'm gonna leave it there, goddesses. If you guys have any questions about the mastermind, anything that you learned over the past 4 days, if there's anything that you want me to go deeper in, if you even think that you would benefit from a question and answer session here in the group, we can do a live session where I actually can answer you guys' questions in real time. So if that's something that you want me to do, definitely reach out to me or leave a comment in the video, and I'll definitely do that. But I'm going to leave it there, you guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed the last 4 days. I've enjoyed being with you guys over the last 4 days. And I look forward to doing other classes because there's a lot of things that I really would like to share and talk to you guys about. And so it's going to be nice things coming coming this spring and coming in the next few weeks just from being in the class, just or being in the group. I want to offer you guys exceptional value just for being in this space. So I'm going to leave it there. I hope you guys are enjoying your Sunday. If you haven't gotten out, then get out and enjoy your day, goddesses. But I'll be in touch. I'll be checking in with you guys throughout the week. And yeah, we'll touch bases soon. I love you guys. My name is V. Jacqueline Teray with Earth Goddess. I love you.